Hey everyone, my name is Steven and welcome back to Storytime. Without wasting any time, let's get into our first story of the day. Toilet paper gives people a reason to be rude to people. At the end of February, I got a job as an inventory associate. As luck and timing would have it, the pandemic swooped in and basically made my job useless until stores can get their inventory back. So, in an effort to give employees hours and keep their jobs secure, my company has been sending groups of us to stores like Walgreens and Rite Aid to help them put their trucks away, since many of the stores lost employees and they are seriously undermanned. So I can understand why people think I work at those stores because I'm putting stock away and going in the back room to put totes away. Some people do ask me where things are, such as toilet paper and thermometers, and are very understanding when I explain my situation. More than one actually apologized for interrupting my work, except for today. Cast: me, a non-employee, RD, rude dude, GM, good manager, the guy I reported to while I was there. So I'm stocking some food products and basically keeping to myself. I've been to 3 of these stores in 3 days and I just want to get done. I'm sitting on the floor as I hear the dreaded call.
Excuse me.
I keep to myself again, silently hoping there was an employee nearby.
Excuse me.
Yes?
You guys got toilet paper?
Actually, I don't work here, I'm just…
No one has any. You got some?
I don't think any is here.
Fine, where are the masks?
Probably by the gauzes, I think aisle 16?
What do you mean you think? You should know. Who just sits on the floor?
Again, I don't work here, I'm just helping out.
Just tell me where the dang things are or I'm getting your manager.
As a side note, I don't have a manager, we have a supervisor, but people can't really tell the difference because they are working with us. The only time we get called out by a supervisor is because we did a count wrong, which we aren't doing at this moment. Good manager comes walking through, coming to check on us. I think he was coming over by just how loud rude dude's voice was getting.
Hey OP, how's it going here? This girl won't tell me where your toilet paper is. She's trying to keep it to herself.
I had to stifle a laugh at that. Good manager, confused.
Sir, we are all out at the moment.
OP is here because she contracted us to help stock due to the pandemic, keeping our employees at home.
So she does work for you. She should be fired for trying to keep products away from the customers.
Again, she is contracted through another company. That's why her uniform is different. Toilet paper products are in some aisle number I don't remember.
Don't be too upset if you can't find any.
Rude dude huffs and storms off to the empty aisle. I look up to the GM who has a satisfied smirk on his face.
I get upset when people around here treat my employees badly. I don't want you being treated that way just because you're here helping out.
I hate doing stocking, but at least it's money. And I'm glad at least I got to be in a good environment where the store employees helped me out. Apparently, a pandemic equals treating people like poop. Yeah, I feel like I would probably be pretty frustrated in this situation. But what about you guys? If you were in this situation with rude dude yelling at you, what would you say to him or how would you handle the situation to solve it in the best way that you think is possible? Let me know in the comments below. Show some respect? I was witness to a fast and oh darn, I don't work here lady. This just happened and now I'm speed typing on my phone before I get back to work, so please forgive bad spelling or grammar. I was enjoying lunch at a popular fast food outlet. This particular outlet only sells drinks in cups, no cans or bottles. I walked in, it was before the lunch rush, so there was only one person eating. It was a teenage boy, probably 17 or 18, maybe even 20. I'll call him Hero. So I order my lunch, get my food, and go sit down. As I passed Hero, he lifted his head and made eye contact, so as per Australian outback culture, I gave the g'day nod of acknowledgement and got it back in kind. So I'm enjoying greasy fast food when a lady walks in. She looked like Mr. Trunchbull from Matilda except 3 times the size and looked as if she hadn't showered this side of 2010. I kid you not, she was a real piece of work, and once she spoke I knew she was as ugly on the inside as she was on the outside. Trunchbull,
give me 2 burgers, extra meat, no lettuce, 2 large fries, extra salt, and a large Coke. Real Coke, not that watered down sugar-free crap you sell. Make sure the chips are freaking full, and because I'm not getting lettuce, you better not charge me for extra meat.
Service, probably having dealt with her before, reads the order back.
That is what I said, come on, hurry up.
Trunchbull pays, gets her food, and goes to move to the closest seat she can fit in. She religiously organized the food on the table, opening both burgers, taking lid off cup, tipping her fries onto the burger paper. It was at this point Hero got up, grabbed his tray with his rubbish and drink, which clearly was untouched. He was walking towards the bin when it happened. Trunchbull, Cough, 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 cough. He stops and looks at her. Hiro says yes. Trunchbull, without saying a word, clicks and points at her tray. Hiro says, sorry ma'am, I don't work here. Trunchbull, giving the I'll get you fired look,
You're taking that man's rubbish
pointing at me.
to the bin. So do your bloody job and take my tray.
I'm confused as he didn't take my tray or rubbish. The hero says, what? This is my rubbish that I'm taking to the bin because I'm not lazy. Now if you don't mind, leave me alone. And he goes to turn away. Trunchbull picks up her tray and shoved it on top of Hero's tray, knocking over his drink and making a mess. What the freak, lady? This is a new shirt and you spilled my drink.
Well, you deserve it. Regardless if you're a lazy employee or an idiot child, you should respect your elders and take my tray.
Hero, dripping wet. Well, as I don't work here, I must be a idiot child. As an idiot, I got no problem telling a cow that respect is earned and not given. The only respect you're getting is the respect you have shown me. With that, he threw both trays toward her, knocking her drink across the table, soaking her burgers and fries, before spilling onto her lap. She screamed. Management runs over to assess the situation. To speed over the encounter, Trunchbull plays the victim and tried to lie, blaming Hero. Hero explained what actually happened. I backed Hero up. Management banned Trunchbull from store, saying this isn't the first time she has antagonized customers. She left on her mobility scooter before police arrived. I got a $20 store credit, Hero got a $50 store credit, and an apology from manager. On my way back to the office, I saw Trunchbull standing next to a police car crying. Oh, how good it feels to witness karma. If I was an OP shoe seeing Trunchbull standing next to the police car, I would also feel like it was some beautiful karmatic justice. Because everyone that works here is dressed like it's the 1950s. So this happened a couple years ago, but it was so strange to me that it happened. Anyways, here we go. Me, see customer. So I'm standing in line with my parents at this Tex-Mex grill place. Now it's important to note that we are dressed up. My dad in a three-piece suit, my mom in a nice dress, and me decked out in a 1950s outfit. I'm talking the poodle skirt, can, ponytail makeup and the hair, the whole dang thing. So we order our food and my parents go sit down with our friends we met there. I stay waiting for our food to come up. And that's when she walks in. She stands right behind me. I try my best to ignore her. Heck, I even start signing to my mom across the room about the weird lady breathing down my neck. Then finally...
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Where are the menus?
I don't know, maybe up by the counter?
Why don't you know?
Me realizes she thinks I work here. 'Cause I don't need to. Then I turn my back on her and go back to signing with my mom. Customer taps me on the shoulder.
Well, you work here, don't you? Take our order.
I literally stare at her for 10 seconds. Then look down at my clothes. I kinda hold out my shoes so she can see them. Vintage shoes. If I worked here, do you think I dressed like this? Look what the people behind the counter are wearing. T-shirts and blue jeans. Look at what I'm wearing.
Oh, well, I just assumed you worked here, since you're Mexican and all.
Now folks, I get called this a lot, or Latina or Spanish or any variation. I am not. Well, that's mistake number 2 on your part. I'm Native American. Signs to her to have a good day and that I don't even know Spanish, grabs my food, and goes and sits down with my family. She ended up stopping by our table to apologize to me and my parents. After she left, we all just kinda laughed. So yeah, not a dramatic story, but I'll always remember it. I would be pretty uncomfortable, kinda spooked, but at least in the end they apologized. Karen tells my parents I assaulted her because I didn't work at a lemonade stand. When I was around 15, I was walking down the sidewalk from the woods where I was climbing some trees and messing around. I saw a lemonade stand some kids were getting ready and approached the stand to see how much the lemonade cost, when I spotted a Karen-looking figure jogging along the sidewalk towards the stand. The kid who was running the stand had gone inside to get things for the stand, leaving me alone by the table. Karen approaches me and says, "Hey kid, can I get 1 glass of lemonade?" I didn't think much of it and responded that it was not my lemonade stand, but Karen was not having it. I started off walking away, but she said, "Ahem, I asked for some lemonade," in a bratty voice. I once again said that I did not own the lemonade stand. She grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me back to the stand. "You know you work here, now give me some lemonade, you brat." I got scared and ran off down the sidewalk with Karen yelling after me. I got home and thought it was over, but after 15 minutes there was a knock at the door. My mom answered to see Karen standing there. "Can I help you?" my mom said. "Your brat of a child assaulted me and refused to serve me lemonade," she said. My mom was bewildered. "What? Lemonade? My son isn't selling lemonade. That's the so-and-so brothers lemonade stand. I got some from them yesterday." Karen started looking nervous. "Well, your son touched me." That's when my mom shut the door and locked it. I had not seen Karen since. I would have been petrified if this happened to me. This is the kind of thing that's traumatizing for some kid. I would think in the short term that might give them a little bit of anxiety when somebody they don't know starts coming by. Nursing school t-shirt is not a Walmart uniform. I had just taken my NCLEX, nursing licensure exam, and was 98% sure I'd passed. I was wearing my nursing school t-shirt, black with writing on the back that stated how. Nursing school is hard AEB, as evidenced by lack of sleep, related to anxiety, excessive use of coffee, clinical exams, etc. My point being, it covered my entire shirt. "Where do you keep your cotton swabs?" "In my bathroom cabinet?" Seriously, y'all, I thought she wanted a nurse's point of view. No need to be a smart butt. What aisle are they on? Me just stares in baffled amusement until the sun dawned over Marblehead. So you would think it would be pretty obvious for somebody to notice what they're wearing and assume that they're not an employee, but unfortunately it seemed to take Marblehead a little longer than desired. She asked me a question about pickles. To be fair, there's no way she could actually think I worked there. I was pushing a cart with my baby in it, wearing a winter coat and thermal stuff. She just treated me like it. I was just walking on my way down the aisle and she asked the question. Didn't hear her because I was on a mission. Get in, get items X, Y, and Z, get out before baby started getting upset. This also had me playing with baby girl. Also, who stops to talk to random people they don't know in stores anyways? She had to be talking to someone else. She got my attention by asking it again louder. "Can pickles stay out after they're opened?" Looked at her and she seemed calm and sweet. I had to take a moment to replay it in my head again. Well, I'm not a professional chef and I don't work here. Don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. I know people used to have barrels of pickles out in stores back in the day. We also kept a jar out for about 2 months, slowly eating them. Seemed fine. Started walking away. About halfway down the aisle, she starts asking me another question, and I pretended I didn't hear her. New mom brain and being kinda distracted, I'm not the best person to ask anyways. Ask someone who works here, or the internet lady. I could have just pranked you for all you know. I look like a teenager. Then asked for verification from my coworkers a few times that I wasn't in high school. Definitely could have been one pranking you. Don't take a stranger's word as gold. This has always kinda annoyed me and I didn't know where to talk about it. I still don't understand her thought process in asking me, who looks like a teen mom, who are not exactly well looked upon in our society. Why, lady? Why trust me? There was nothing pointing to my knowledge or character. Doesn't hurt to ask people things sometimes. Maybe it was just an innocent question, you never know. But with that being the last story of the day, which one of these stories that I read today were your personal favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, that's all the time we have for today, so thank you so much for listening to and watching the Storytime channel. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to let me know which of these stories were your personal favorite and why. Thank you all again for watching and listening to the Storytime channel.